Shalom everyone. I am back with another video. Um I pray that all is well with everyone who finds this video. I wanted to tap back into the conversations that I had been having here previously regarding my childhood abuse in the church by the pastor Leon and his wife Charlotte and their children, and just the overall abuse that everybody participated in when I was a child. The last video I spoke about a plethora of things, but basically, the beatings, the slappings, the man being thrown from one pew to the next on the last couple of videos that I have done. And I wanted to continue to stay in that area because as I said before, we don't talk about the things that we need to talk about. We don't talk about the things that happens to us in our lives as children, especially as adults. We don't know how to talk about those things, and I choose to talk about it. I choose to expose it. I choose to put it on the table for a topic of discussion. One thing that I do know is that a lot of people, especially us Hebrew brown skin individuals, we don't like to talk about the things that takes place in our house or in the church because we feel like it's nobody's business, and or we're covering up for people that are doing the things that they're doing, or we place so much trust and pride and we place all of our value inside these preachers who are supposed to be leading us down a path of true righteousness. And in the church today, that is not taking place at all, for so many reasons. And the number one reason is, I believe, that Satan has taken a hold of the entire church community, but that's another topic. But I want to talk about these things because we as individuals, we go through things, especially us chosen ones. We go through things that people want to hide. We go through things that you can't help but to hide because you're ashamed. You feel like you're going to be talked about or laughed at or ridiculed. Well, listen, we need to throw all of those out of the window because it happens anyway. And it's something about exposing the truth that the church does not want us to do, or that families don't want us to do. But we have to get out of that. We have to get out of protecting these people that cause us harms, and not just us, others. Like I stated in one of my videos, there was a young lady who, went to tell her truth, and because we were so mean and we ridiculed this baby as a church community, we ridiculed her, we blamed her, we said it was your fault, we caused her so much stress behind telling her truth, she could not take it and she killed herself. Well, rest her soul, but that is not me. I am going to tell my truth. I am going to tell it no matter who does not like it. It has to be told. The truth has to be told about these things that takes place in these churches. One of the things that I questioned growing up is, again, what's the difference with the church and the world? Well, there is no difference. There is no difference because everybody is just ugly to each other. Everybody is just mean to each other, just trying to get over on each other. My hat looks better than yours. My shoes are higher. My heels are higher than yours. You know, I got the best suit on. My socks are flyer than yours. Like, we are so lost as a people, and our values are placed in the wrong things. Our values are that small. We put so much value on the things that are not important, the people that are not important, and we miss the bigger picture. Something that I've always thought growing up, you know, isn't this the place that's supposed to protect and love and care for? And is it? But it's not. There is no love in the church. There is no care. There is no compassion. There is no long suffering. There is no understanding. There is no selflessness. That is a problem. That is a problem. So growing up in the church, I experienced all of these things because Leon, his wife Charlotte, and their 3 daughters made sure that I knew every time I was in that building that I was nothing. They made sure that they told me as a little girl that I was nothing. They made sure to make that little girl feel that she was nothing. They made sure that that little girl was slapped. They made sure that that little girl was blamed for things that they just conjured up. And the sad part about it is, one of the many sad parts, is that no one protected her. No one protected that little girl. No one said, you're not supposed to be doing that. No one said, don't do it again, or I'm gonna hit you myself. No one said, why is this grown man beating up on this little girl? Why is this grown man beating up on a child? No one said, hey, I'm gonna call the cops on you because you're abusing her. Not one person. And that was implanted in that little girl for her entire life. Like, what type of satisfaction does it bring for anyone to see a child abused? I know for me, there is no way. There is no way. There is no way. But in my time of growing up, that little girl, she was torn down. But no one ever wanted to say anything. No one ever wanted to confront it. No one ever wanted to put it under the table, or put it on the table, excuse me. It was always, let me pick up the rug and brush it. Oh, that's over there. Let me put it. There is no way. There is no way. How can one actually see these things take place and not step in and try to at least save her for the moment? Fear. Fear was put in the people. Fear is always put in the sheeple at the churches. They will be made to feel that they cannot say anything, even when they question in their mind, this isn't right. Is that what we do that? Even if they questioned it in their mind, they were taught that if you say something, you're out of line. You going against the man of God. You talking against the anointed one. Touch not my anointed. And that's not even what you think it means. We are so blind to these crooked preachers and these abusers in these churches that we accept anything because we want to be a part of them. We want to look like them. We want to outdo them. We want to outbe them. We want to outsing them. We want to outdress them. We want to outhouse them. My car got to be better than yours. Like that is minute thinking. And not just in today's time. It was back then too. I saw how those people would act. I saw how the women would act. I saw how the men acted. I saw how people walked around and thought that they were just all of that. That's why we don't say anything, because we want to stay comfortable. We don't want conflict. We don't want to cause problems. Well, there's already a problem. There's already a conflict. And dealing with Leon and Zion and Charlotte and the three girls, it was always conflict and confusion. But quick to say, God is not the author of confusion. Well, what God are you serving? Because I don't know him. I don't want him. Every time somebody would try to say something, it would be, shut your mouth. Close your mouth. The barking would start. Like, how long are we going to allow our children to be mistreated in these churches? I know a lot of young ladies that I grew up with, and some that they know that they grew up with in the church setting to this day are miserable. They're still harboring hurt and pain from the things that happened to them when they were in church as a child. Who wants to live that way? I don't. I didn't want to. But that stuff travels. As you get older, it doesn't go away. It just suppresses. It goes deeper. It goes deep. Like it's suppressed because you're trying to live saved. You're trying to be saved. You're trying to be what they say their God has called you to be. That's not how that works. Emma longed for someone to rescue her, to pull her out of those things that she was in, to pull her away from that environment that did her no good. I remember one day I was coming home and I heard my mother on the phone yelling. I didn't even get in the house yet. And I heard her talking to Leon and Charlotte. And as I'm walking in, she's yelling and saying, Emma, did you tell the Thompson family that you can't stand Charlotte Parker? That she gets on your nerves? So in my mind, I was probably I was like middle-ish teens. And I was like, what? The Thompsons said that you were talking to them and telling them that you couldn't stand Charlotte Parker and she talked too much. And I was like, Mom, no, I didn't. And I heard Leon on the phone just barking, as he always does. And I heard Charlotte barking like she always does. It was like they had this thing like planted in their heart towards Emma. And people would actually feed off of that, which in turn would cause them to lie on Emma and say Emma did, Emma said, Emma rolled her eyes, Emma popped her neck, Emma, little bad girl, blah. That fueled them. And they would literally follow what has been done. It was like satisfaction. Well, surprisingly, that time I didn't get a whooping because my mother somehow believed me. But that's what I suffered as a child at Zion. That's what I suffered. That's what I suffered as a child at Zion under Leon and Charlotte. I never understood it. And being that I had a heart of love, as I got older, I wanted them to love Emma. Emma wanted them to love her. Let me say it that way. Emma wanted them to love her. Emma, she like, love me. I'm not doing anything to you. I just want you to love me. Like, stop being mean to me and just love me. That's how Emma felt. I'm not a bad girl. That's how Emma felt. Love me. Don't be mean to me. Why are you so mean to me? Why are you so mad at me? Like, what did I do? What did I do? No child, no child, no child, no child should ever have to endure anything that Emma went through as a child. Church hurt is real. Church hurt is real. Church hurt is real, and it kills. The church has scorned so many people. The church has ruined so many lives, and still doing it to this day without regard. The Father said, feed my sheep. Feed my sheep. Give them the truth. Give them the word. And do it truthfully. As I stated before, or I posed the question before, I need you to tell me, how would you handle these things? How would you have handled someone, a grown man, slapping on your child every chance he got? Tell me, because that's like, I really want to know. Like, I really want to know. Like, I need a legitimate answer. I don't think anyone in today's time would allow anyone to do that to their child. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Emma was in so much turmoil, so much torment, wondering why these big people around her are mean to her, wondering why the grown women just look at her and roll their eyes. I'm a child. You're a grown woman. Grown woman. What did Emma do to you to make you feel that this was okay? And here's the thing. If you were to ask those individuals now, what made it okay? Why did they think that that was okay? Why did they even do it? They wouldn't be able to tell you. They wouldn't be able to tell you. They would not be able to tell you. Because you can't come up with a solid answer that will excuse what you did to this child. They should have been in jail. They should have been in jail. They should have been under the jail cell. And I mean that. And I'm not even being mean, but I mean that. But nope. Shh. Not saying anything is the worst thing that you could do when it comes to a child. But like I said before, in everybody's mind, in the ain'ts, because they not saints, but in the ain'ts' minds, as long as it's not my child, as long as it's not my son, as long as it's not my daughter, as long as it's not mine, I'm okay. Everybody, and I mean everybody from the time that I was little that saw it, said nothing, allowed it simply because you didn't say anything when you saw it, will have to take an account for what you did and did not do. Now, I don't know if you believe me. I don't really care if you believe me. But the Father, the Creator that I'm connected to, He said, vengeance is mine. I will repay. He said that. Not me. And it's so funny because my grandmother used to say that scripture to me. And I always knew it had something to do with wrath. Like I always knew that it had something to do with consequences. But I thought it was pertaining to me because of my attitude and as I got older, my mouth and everything else. Here's the thing, it does pertain to me, right? But He was simply saying, I will reward you for your actions. Now here's the thing. Good or bad, good or evil, He's going to still give you your just due. But we have to get to a point to say, you know what? I don't want to receive anything that I got, that I did from the Creator. I need to repent. But that's a different topic. But everything that everyone allowed to happen to Emily Dorothy Hawthorne and sat there and watched and said nothing, not my words, but the Father said, vengeance is mine, I will repay. Your mere actions of not doing anything, not protecting, not confronting, not exposing, not putting it on the table, everything will be accounted for. We got to get out of these churches. We have to find our way. We have to get out of these churches and find our way back to the Creator. And I know I took this in a different type of way. but however the Father leads me. Because there is a message that needs to be met. There is a message that needs to be spread. People have to start talking. People have to start exposing. People have to start putting it out there and talking about these things, these people that deem themselves saved, and I'm the prophet, I'm the evangelist, and I'm the, like, stop that. Stop that. We are lost. We are lost, and I mean lost. Yet everybody think that they are A1, first flight to heaven. My life story is not for me. I did not understand it. I did not understand the things that I went through as a child. But as I got older, I realized this wasn't even for me. It happened to me, but it wasn't even for me. It's not for me. I gotta tell somebody about it, right? I have to be that example that the Creator has called for me to be in Him. My life story, it will not make you laugh. It's not going to put a smile on your face. It is not going to put a smile on your face at all. It is not. It's going to tell so many things that took place that people brushed up under the rug. Well, you would ask, again, where was your mother? My mother, and I love her so much, but my mother allowed Leon, Charlotte, and whoever else treat Emma that way. She allowed it. She made it okay. She signed off on it every time. That's why I say it surprised me that she didn't whoop me when they told her that the Thompsons, they just lied. Just lied. What child you know, maybe not in today's time, because these babies are very truthful, but what child you know in my time, I was born in 1980, what child you know in my time, let alone a child that's always getting beat and trying to stay out the way, why would that child even go to an adult and say those things about another adult? Make it make sense. Emma wasn't bad like that. Emma was not bad like that. Emma didn't have that in her. Emma didn't have it in her. When I tell you, Emma did not have that in her. Emma did not have that in her. She did not have that in her. But to be in a position only to try to get out of the position every time she was at church, that was hell in itself. Emma tried to stay out the way. Emma didn't want to be there. Emma wanted to be out of the way. I want to get out of the way. I don't want to be bothered. But at the sight of Emma, at the very sight of Emma, if somebody felt like it, because the sight just pricked them, they would conjure up something. Let me go tell this lie. Let me go blame this on her. Let me go lie on her. Let me go slap her. Let me go. I think I said this in one of my other videos. I said, my sister's husband, years after Emma had separated herself, I'm kind of still around, but not as I am. He said, Emma, I'm surprised you still in church with everything that happened to you. Yeah, I said, me too. It's horrible. It's horrible. It is horrible. Leon is a horrible man. Charlotte is a horrible woman. Christian, Krishanda, and Cherie are horrible individuals. Horrible. And everybody else, including my mama on down to whoever saw it and didn't say anything, are horrible people. And I love my mother with all of my heart. But I have to tell the truth. I have to tell the truth. I wrote a book. The book is called She Had No One. It is giving you a clear picture of the life that Emma had as a little girl. I have to tell my story. It's on lulu.com. I have to tell my story. Because again, it's not for me. It happened to me, but it's not for me. It is for everybody else that needs it. Any and everybody else that's going through what they're going through, that's still battling with these traumas, these childhood traumas, who's battling with the bitterness of being broken and hurt as a child at these churches, whether you were a teenager, even in your adulthood. It is for you, because everybody needs to release the baggage that Satan has put on them and move to a higher level in Yah. Move to a higher level in the Creator. We got too much on us, and we can't grow. We can't move. We can't be prosperous. I have decided that I'm moving forward, and I don't mind if I gotta do it by myself. Save your own salvation. Save your own soul. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing anyway, and pulling others along with the love and the kindness and the patience and the understanding that the Father has put on the inside of us to give to each other. That's why I'm here. That is my job. That is my job. That's my job. To help people to talk. Get out of being mute. Mute does nothing but tear you down. It hurts your bones. It hurts your mind. It affects your kidneys. It destroys your liver. Everything on the inside of this temple that the Creator has given us is not supposed to harbor all of that mess. We're supposed to be in peace. We're supposed to be in peace. But we have to first self-check. It starts with us. I can't blame anybody for anything. I can just talk about what they did to me. If that's blaming, I don't know what to tell you. but I don't believe that it is. These are the events that has happened to Emma when she was a child. These are the things that has taken place to Emma when she was a teenager. This is what has taken place when she was at school. This is what has taken place every time she was in Zion. We got to come out and we have to wake up. My book is published. My book will be out soon. It's called She Had No One. You can find it on lulu.com. And I thank you in advance. Because it's not about the money, it's about the message, and it's about helping other people. It's about helping other women who are dealing with these things on the inside. And so much more. Until then, shalom.